Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is our public class. We're going to start shortly. I'm just going to give everybody a moment to hop on if they want to join and answer some questions. Today, we're going to work on some footwork, taking some inspiration from our choreographies that we're doing in our enrollment courses. Hey, Loretta. So I had a little question about the courses. When you're in the Teachable, that's for if you're enrolled in the Teachable Virtual Studio. So if you're one of my students from the studio, or you have previously enrolled and purchased classes that we're teaching now, you can go into those courses. Within the courses, there is lectures that have the links for the live streams and the YouTube and the WebEx, which you can see yourself and I can see you. But if you're on the live stream, you're good to go. So there's just two options. And each course there's the Persian dance course and the belly dance course. The Tuesday classes are in both of those. So whether you're in the Persian dance class or you're in the belly dance class, this is a class that explores skills from both of those. So they're transferable and fun to explore different things. So if you're here because you're enrolled, that's great. You're in the right place. If you're here because you're just hopping on because you want to dance, that's great too. This is for everybody. And I can also answer more questions privately or within the comments of the enrollment courses. So yeah. All right. So give me a moment. I'm going to go on live on Instagram so we can have our Instagram viewers join us. Welcome. This is our for this week. We're going to be doing some footwork and some step combinations inspired by our choreographies. I have some Persian style movement and some belly dance style movement, but all the skills are transferable. There's really no, you just enjoy movement. That's all we're here for, to learn these basic skills. And I'll review a tiny bit of what we did earlier today with our earlier class, which was a private class, but I'll review just a tiny bit so you have a little bit more reference to work with. So I'm just going to wait one more minute, and then we'll start with a little bit of a warm up. But feel free to type in the chat if you're on Instagram or if you're on YouTube. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And I see we have some people on our WebEx. So if you're on the WebEx, just wanted to let you know that we are live on YouTube and we are live on Instagram. So any comments you make on the video, the audio will be heard on the Instagram feed as well as the YouTube feed. So you can always type in the chat if you're on the WebEx if you don't want your question out loud, but that's totally up to you. Just like to let people know. So hey, Morgan, how are you? Been a while. All right. So we don't need a lot of space for today's lesson, even though we are going to be doing some footwork. You don't need a whole lot of space. But you will be moving your feet a little bit. So we're going to be working with some footwork, and also we'll try to use some body and alignment. So we'll go over a little bit of that, what we did today in our warm-up. Make sure I have the full screen. Okay, so when I start the music, if I could get just some feedback on, so I have some music playing here in the background. If you could just give me, I'm just using a new setup. If you could give me some feedback on how that sounds. There's some drum music in the background here. If you can hear it, please type in the chat. Let me know if you can hear that. It's just some background music. I don't want it too loud. So if you can hear that, I'd appreciate it if you would write in the chat. Yeah, I hear a little drumming, or I don't hear anything. And then we'll go ahead and start. Did you guys hear some drumming in the background? Okay, great. Thank you. Not too loud, I hope. It's not supposed to be loud, so. All right. Good. Hey, Instagrammers. All right, let's go ahead and start with a warm-up. That's good. Thank you so much for that. All right, we're going to go ahead and start. We'll do a little bit of a warm-up, and I'll review a little bit of what we did in our earlier session, which was for our enrolled students. All right. Make sure you can see my feet. We're going to be doing the feet. So up on your tippy toes, make sure your knees are not locked straight. We're going to bend them a little bit like you're doing a little running in place. And we're going to take a nice deep breath. Inhale up and open. And exhale, bring it down. And we'll continue that. Inhale up. And exhale down through the center. This time we're going to up through the center. Inhale up and open. And exhale, bringing it down. One more inhale up. Exhale, bringing it down. Shake everything out. Good. Let's warm up the back. Wide stance. Your weight is going to go in your heels. Make sure your knees are bent. Your bottom is behind you. Using your abdominals. Contract and release. We're trying to warm up the abdominals and warm up the back. So you're thinking about contracting your abs and telling your tailbone to tuck under without bringing your pelvis into it. So you're not pushing your whole body forward. You're just tucking and releasing. A little tuck and release. In and release. And make sure you're using your muscles. And in and release. In and release. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And last 1. Let's tuck and roll up all the way. Inhale, open. Wide stance still. Reaching, stretching the ribcage open. And then we're going to contract, round the back, stretching the back. And continue. Inhale, open. Exhale, contract. Remember, you're sitting into your heels, letting your knees bend. Using your muscles, contracting in and open. And in and open. And in. And let's do 2 more like that. In and open. And last one. And relax. Shake it out. Let's go through the legs. We're going to bend on one side, straight to the front, bend on the other, straight to the back, keeping your hips to the front without twisting. Square off those points. And then finally round them off. You're going to feel a stretch in different parts of your leg with each position. And we'll reverse that. Bend on the other side, straight to the front, bend, and straight to the back. And continue, square it off, and round it off, connecting the dots. And relax, shake it out. We're going to go into some pelvic circles. So wherever it feels good for you, we're just using our muscles to circle around our center space here so that you're just loosening up the back a little bit and let your rib cage go with it. Whatever feels good for you. Everyone looks different doing this, so don't try to do it too big. Just go with your own body's natural inclinations and then reverse it. Just making sure things are really loose and you're not straining too much because we're just warming up. And relax, shake it out. Do a couple of head circles here. Nice and easy. Reverse when you're ready. And relax, shake it out. Let's do our arms. It's a nice deep breath. Inhale, open. And let's continue around. So this time we're gonna really reach up with the shoulders. Sometimes we don't, we try to keep the shoulders down, but I want you to really try to reach up with the whole body, stretching your fingertips out, and we'll reverse that, both together. And then the tricky one, bring it to the center. We're gonna take one up, one down, and then keep going. It's a little brain teaser. Still keeping your reach pretty high, reaching with your fingertips. And let's reverse that right here in the center. And keep going. And relax. Shake it out. Good. A couple of these ups and downs, heel drops I call them. So you're keeping the knees soft and you're lowering the heel very slowly and gently. You're using your abdominals for control. So you're gently lowering so that you're stepping quietly. That's part of what the criteria for stepping with control is when we step quietly. So we don't just put our whole foot down or all of our weight down at once. Good. Shake that out. And then let's do a few of these abdominal exercises. So we have talked about the pelvis, putting the pelvis in neutral alignment just by using our low belly abdominals. And then we're also going to be using our bigger abdominals in the center and then in our back also. So we're going to be using both of those to go through different concepts. Quick review of what we're going to be working with, and just an exercise for you to think about. So we need to know where our feet go when we do footwork and step transitions and step combinations. So we can place our feet in different positions. First, we want to make sure that we know the difference between a touch and a step. A touch, there's no weight, it's just a touch. I can touch anywhere, anytime. When I step, I put all my weight on it, and I can't do anything with this leg. Now the other leg is free. I can touch with that, or I can step with it. So we're going to be doing both. We're going to be both touching and stepping with our feet. So touch, and then step, and come right back. So it's a step, step. So touch, step, step. Bring it back in, touch, step, step. That's our shift of weight. One of the things that we talked about, and we have explored this in other lessons and other choreographies, is the idea of momentum, letting your momentum expand and then pulling it back in. So this has to do with letting your body actually transfer that energy from where it is to where we want to go, and then quickly bringing it back. So one of the things you can practice for this is shifting your weight, doing a step, 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 and taking your body with it. And the control is through the abdominals. So sometimes we sort of lean away just to kind of gather that energy a little bit. So you can start by leaning slightly away and then go into it and bring it back. When you do this slowly, there isn't a lot of momentum. Momentum is energy that's gathered up. So if you do it slowly, there's really not a lot of momentum. It's just fluid movement, which is important as well. But with momentum, it's energy that comes very quickly with speed. So you're going quickly and bringing it back. So you actually feel that taking you out, and you have to force it to bring it back in. So let's try the other side. So you're taking out and in. And you can do this by either keeping your heel lifted, so you're ready to transfer the energy very, very quickly, and it doesn't take as much effort. You can also put your foot down and commit to it completely so that you have a wide range here, so you have a wide movement. It's a little bit harder on the body. It takes a little bit more energy, a little bit more strength and control, but it's also much more dramatic. So when we take that out, you're always controlling it through the core. Taking it out and in. I hope you're doing this with me. If you're not doing it, you should be. Don't just watch and eat your Cheetos or popcorn or whatever it is. I know you guys aren't eating junk food. You're eating healthy, I know. Taking it out and bringing it in. And one more. Good. Shake that out. So making sure that you're always using your abdominal control with that. The things that also add to this momentum are how we use our arms. So we'll do that a little bit with some of our inspired combinations from our choreographies. So we're going to be using a side step. So your foot's going to go to the side. We're also going to be using a front step or a cross step. So knowing where these positions are on your feet. And sometimes we'll use our back step. Sometimes we'll cross in the back. So this is lots of different ways that you can place your feet. So we go to the side, we bring it in. We can have weight on it or not. Heel is up, there's no weight here. Toe to the front, no weight, but we can also put weight on it. Toe to the back, no weight, but we can also put weight on the ball of the foot, or we can lower the heel completely. So keep those in mind. Same thing to the other side. We can have toe, we can have ball, weight on the ball of the foot, and then also weight on the heel. Here, if you're here, that's just your basic stance, but lifting the heel changes the momentum. To the front, toe and ball, also being able to put weight on the ball of the foot or flat. Same thing to the back, toe, weight on the ball, and weight on the heel. So normally, with the toe, obviously we can't put weight on it. We're not going to put weight on the toe, but on the ball of the foot, we can put weight on it. It can carry us, so we can do that. We can also put weight on the heel, the easiest one. But depending on the other dynamics that are happening, you can change that, and one may be better than the other. So if you're not going to make a big movement and it's going to be very fast, you don't want to have a lot of weight on the ball of the foot, just quickly coming back. But if it's a longer movement or you want to make it nice and big and it's very dramatic, you can put more weight onto the ball, on the heel of the foot, and make it bigger. So just some things to think about with that. Let's try some of our combinations that are inspired by our choreographies this week. All right, thank you guys in the chat for giving me some feedback on the music. Who's on Instagram? Hi, everybody. Hi. Oh, great to see you guys. Thank you. So, hey, Steph. All right. So glad you guys are joining me. All right, let's try some of these combinations that we have in our choreography. So the first couple of them we're going to do from our Persian choreography that our students are learning this week. And it's an old one. If you're a previous student of mine from Virginia, these are some of the choreographies that we have practiced before, depending on which class you were in. I didn't do them for everybody, so some of these might look familiar, some of them might not because they're out of context, or you might recognize them anyway. So let's start with getting general footwork patterns. So the first one I have for you is a 1-2-3 step, which is a very basic step in all dance forms. In Persian, a lot of times we take it to the side. So here we're lifting and lowering the heel to make that smooth transition. So with this step, you do want to keep your knees soft, and a lot of times we'll lean to the side with it. Hence, the abdominal control is really important. The combination here is a lopsided combination. We're going to do a couple of lopsided combinations. What does that mean? It means it's an asymmetrical combination, meaning we do something to one side for this much, and we do the same thing on the other side, but a different amount. So that's one way of doing asymmetrical combinations. So in this first combination, so again, making sure you can follow the feet, we have 1, 2, 3, That's just 1, 2, 3, shift, shift, shift. And then we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We change. And then the second part of the combination, we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do this from the back so you can see a little bit better. So the first part, follow my feet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That makes a change. Second part, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So every time I count, that's a shift of weight. So 1, 2, 3 is one foot, the other foot, left, other foot. So right, right, or left, left. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, obviously is shift front, back, or 1 and 2, right, then left, or left, then right. So let's try that with a little bit of music. Tried to pick music that was appropriate for each combination. I'm going to try from the back first. Ready? You're doing it with me? Ready? 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Repeat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We did the combination twice, so both sides got to feel what it's like to do the asymmetry, to do the half of the combination in the beginning. Let's do it one more time. I'll face you. We have arms that we can add to this, just lots of things we can do. So I'm just going to let my arms flow a little bit. So let's start here. That's going to be the first one, and then we'll travel that way, and then we'll repeat. 5, 6. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Repeat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So how does that sound counting? It sounds very odd. We end up counting 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, and repeat. 1 and 2, 1, 4 and 5 and 6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So the combination is lopsided. There's 6 counts on one side and then 8 on the other. It's kind of a little bit of a brain teaser there. So that's our first combination that's inspired by one of our Persian choreographies. All right, any questions on that? Whether you're on the YouTube or Instagram, or you're on the WebEx. All right, I'll wait like 1 second. So we got a few more people on Instagram and are on YouTube today. All right. Thank you for all the feedback on the music. That really helps me a lot because I'm trying out different things on different days just to see how it works. All right. Let's move on. Whoops. All right, let's move on. So the second Persian style steps is we're going to use that same 1, 2, 3 step. This time we're going to move forward and back. Again, this is going to be asymmetrical, and you can always add whatever styling you want to the body. Just these were inspired by the Persian choreographies. So that 1, 2, 3 step, now instead of taking the step to the back and letting the body momentum to the side, we're actually going to release the momentum from up to down. So instead of grabbing it from the side, you actually have to kind of throw it up because it's coming down first and it's harder to pull things up. So you're starting from the up you're coming down, but then you have to pull up again. So we do use the feet, so we're gonna go down, up, up with our feet. So you're gonna do heel, ball, ball, heel, ball, ball, or flat ball, ball with that. And it has you wanna spiral upward. And the body kind of does this wiggle, 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 right? So this is a great practice. Like if you ever have to like stand around or do anything, practice. If you don't have that much to do, you're just waiting. You need to be doing something to, one, keep your body limber. Two, you've got nothing better to do, just, yeah. And we do this very small, so you can do it very quickly. And I'm not actually using my arms, I'm just letting my arms go along with it. So this is the big movement. It's just the sideways body undulation, just controlled through the abs. Yeah. And then wiggle, wiggle. It's easier to add that. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's fun. Let's try it. So let's put the arms in a position they're not going to move. And we're going to let the upper body wave down and up, down and up. And you notice how we're never stopping the movement. So we spring it back down. So it wriggles up and wriggles down. I'm obviously exaggerating a little bit, but we're doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna go forward, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. But you need to finish the step. And then we're just gonna go back and back and back. And we'll do that 4 times. So coming forward, 1, 2, 3, that's it, and back, and 2, and 3, and 4. If you get bored with just that, add a little undulation on the back step. It's not Persian, but that's okay. But just so that you can feel that momentum, that energy with a 1, 2, 3, that shift, shift, shift with that. It's a fun exercise to practice, coming in, out, in, and then when you change, in, out, in, change, in, out, in, change, in, out, in. So let's try that with a little music. Oh, also, shout out to Austin Belly Dance Convention. This would have been happening in June this year, and I would have been performing, but it's not happening this year. So, but anyway, ABDC, yay. Okay. All right. Let's try that 3-step combination again. Here we go. 5, 6, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and back, and 2, and 3, and 4. Let's do it again. Now, your feet should have changed because of that lopsidedness, just like we did before. So now you're starting on the other foot. Again. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and back, and 2, and 3, and 4. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and back, and 2, and 3, and again. Last. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and back, and 2, and 3, and 4. Good. Relax. Shake that out. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that because that one's one of my favorites because it's lopsided. Let's do another one. This time I'm going to take it from our Arab style choreography. All right. We're going to use that 1, 2, 3 step again, just in a little bit different way. So I'm going to allow my hips to shift. And I'm going to let the momentum of the step pull my hips. So I'm going to do that same 1, 2, 3 step, but it's going to look a little different because now I'm going to go to the side. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3. Now I'm just going to take 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Should give you the opposite foot. We repeat. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3. Now it's the other foot. Step, step, step. If you've been in my class before, you know with those last 3 steps, what we're going to do. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Especially at the end, we're always, not always, but a lot of times, we're going to turn. So let's try that. And think about the 1, 2, 3 going either forward, back, it doesn't matter, in place. I'm just showing you so you can see. So let's try a little forward and back. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. So what if we put that on a diagonal and we used some arms here? So here's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that. That's not in any of our choreographies, but I'm blending things together now. So let's try that. Downstage leg is going to start on the diagonal. So think about going forward. Put on some music. So I've got Arabic rhythms here, so feel free to add like your Arab style hips, make them more percussive, whatever you want. 5, 6, 5, 6. Ready? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Arms again. They're going to go up. They're going to turn at the top so your palms are flat, and then come down. If you've been a past student of mine, you know we do this all the time in our Persian combinations. So refresher for you if you forgot. Let's do it again. 5, 6. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's our turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Right again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax. Shake it out. Good. Let's do another one with that turn. How are we doing on Instagram? Are you guys doing it? Are you doing it? Hey, Marla. Are you guys doing it? You better be doing it. I know Natalie's doing it. All right. All right. Let's try another one. This one I used in both my belly dance and my Persian choreographies all the time. And I just stylized them differently. So let's try that. We're going to do a step in place, a touch, a step, a touch, and then step, step, step with that. We can take this anywhere. Step, touch, step, touch, step, step, step. Again, step, touch, step, 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 step. Just doing it in place, it looks weird if I just do this, right? I'm just kind of exercising. So I'm getting the momentum of the step into my body on the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's energy that's coming in, and I want to do something with it. You either have to travel, that's another way to use momentum and energy. The other way is to bring it in towards your body. release it, and bring it back in. So it has to go somewhere. It's really hard to, like, I guess you could stop. That's a different dance, right? That's a different dance. That's why they call it the robot. This is not the robot, right? You want the energy to go somewhere. So let's try the same thing we did on the diagonal. You can do it in place if you don't have a lot of space. I'm going to start again. Your downstage leg is going to do the first step. The first move is a step, not a touch. So we're going to go step, touch, step, touch, step, step, step. Your opposite foot should be ready. Here we go. And now, step, touch, step, touch, step, step, step. So if we continue and we place our feet in different places, step out, out, back, back, back. Step, step out, out, back, back, back. So I'm constantly moving back on that. Changes the momentum, the dynamics of it. Let's try some arms. And we're going to add momentum through the body with a pivot. So you're going to step with this foot. You're going to pivot with that foot, but you're going to keep going in the same direction. Step, step, step. So bring energy in, release it, and then ready to go on the opposite side. Step out, step out, step, step, step. So we're going to step, pivot, step, pivot. 1, 2, 3. Step, pivot, step, pivot. 1, 2, 3. So let's do the Persian arms with it. And we're going to add the turn with these arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how the arms are going to go on the turn. Let's practice just that. 5, 6, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is where we want to do the hand-wrist movement. Let's try it with the combination. So it's going to be same arm, same foot. So when I step with my right, it's going to be my left and vice versa. And 5, 6, here we go. Step, pivot, step, turn. 1, 2, 3. Step, pivot, turn. 2, 3. Again, step, pivot, pivot. 1, 2, 3. Step, pivot, pivot. 1, 2, 3. Relax. So did you notice how when you do this pivot, you have to immediately grab that momentum because it wants to keep going this way. You have to use it to reverse it. So think about momentum as the thing that you're really trying to use instead of just stepping with your feet. Use your abs to grab the momentum. Yeah? All right. I think we have one more. I'm trying to think of it. Let me see if you guys have any questions. How are we doing? Are you guys doing it? Okay, got some great feedback on Instagram that it's easy to follow. That's good. Excellent. All right. Keeping it simple really helps. Try not to do too many intricate small movements, although we've done that too. makes it fun. All right, let's do a slow combo. This will be nice and stretchy. Another one from our Arab dance repertoire. All right. So this combination is from our Arab style movement in our belly dance repertoire. We're going to use that toe. So you're going to touch first. You fix the camera here. You're fine. Instagram always comes out great. There we go. So you're going to touch, and then you're going to turn your toe in so that both your knee and your toe are in line. And then you're going to put the ball of the foot down and then the heel and all your weight. And then we're eventually shift and slide the hip out. We'll take it around. And as we do, we're going to add a heel pulse. So this heel pulse here. toe, ball, heel, and that's your first pulse, and around, pulse, and pulse. And we bring it around 8 counts to the front, and then we do a quick, and then drag the foot close, and finish with more of an abdominal circle. I think we did this in a previous lesson, so go back and look for that on the YouTube feed. So we'll continue it. The energy is going to continue around, but just it's going to be internal. And we'll repeat. Toe to ball, heel, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it's just the very last part we do a little pelvic circle. But you got to grab the energy to bring it around. We can practice that a little bit. This feels really good on the back when you're doing it with your abdominals. And we're accenting the out, in, out, in. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Finish here. Keep going, just for fun. 5, 6. Ready? Again. Toe, ball, heel, and pulse, pulse. 8 and around. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the ending is just a little punctuation. We're just finishing the move. Spiral, spiral, punctuation. Like that. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just a little bit of finish. Other side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. And relax. Shake out. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale up. Exhale. All right. All right. Good job. I can only see one of you, but hope you guys are doing it. Hope you're having fun with it. All right. So any questions? Anything that's not clear? Maybe I can go back over it, or any thoughts, ideas? I'm curious if anybody knows who's done the choreographies, if they look familiar to you from, thank you. Glad you're liking it. Who have done who've done these choreographies that these steps come from, if they look familiar to you. And yeah, type them in the chat if you think you know what the steps are or what the choreography is, what the song is, because that would be fun if you recognize any of them, because some of these go back many, many years. This is really interesting for me to have people join in this format who I've taught over the years, past 15, 18, whatever years it's been, and from all over the world. That's pretty cool. And I had actually wanted to do this back in January, but I guess the COVID thing really helped light the fire to get that project going. So thanks so much for joining me, you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Time.
What?
I wish you did this every day.
I might, depending.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So this might be something.
Yeah, like in a non-pandemic situation.
Right? Yeah, maybe we will. It all depends on how things are going to go. It is very uncertain. Things are uncertain for me as well on how I'll continue, since we don't know when we're going to have dance classes again in a real dance studio. But I have some ideas, but they'll have to wait a little bit. I'm probably going to wait a couple months to see how things develop. But we're going to finish out the session. And if you're not enrolled in the online studio right now, you can still enroll and get all of the recordings of all the classes that we've done. And if you are enrolled, those recordings are yours. You'll have access to them indefinitely. So you can always go back and review those. I often review my choreographies and I add new things to them. I change the steps. So how I teach these choreographies now, or how I taught them the last time, is very different from what I did when I first developed them. There's lots of new things that have come into it. The basic structure is the same, but I've added a lot of nuance. When my dance develops, the choreography develops. When your dance develops, you're going to do the choreographies differently. And I've seen this happen. So it's not, oh, I learned a choreography, great. Choreography is just a tool unless you're going to perform it. Even then, there's so many things you can do with choreography. It's really a springboard for other creative things, improvisation, doing your own choreography. That's how I learned how to improv, was learning everybody else's choreography and learning how to take those steps and combinations and make them fit other music by changing things depending on what it was. So there's so much to be gained from that. And you know that I hope, this is my hope, when you learn a choreography from anyone, that when you do it, it doesn't look exactly like how it was taught, especially if you're not supposed to learn it, with a group. If you're using it as a tool to develop your own dance or own artistry, I hope that you take that and make it yours, but know that the choreography is still inspired by or from that instructor. But I always like to see how it looks. That's why in the courses, I often say, hey, video yourself doing it, because it's always interesting to me to see how that translates across dancers and how that comes across in not having not having done with the movements, the choreography with the instructor over several weeks. So each of these courses is like a 4-week session that we're cramming into the video format that you can review over and over again with practice videos. So I hope that you do that. Okay, so if you have any questions, especially about how to join, please email me. It's very difficult in this chat to one, to identify everybody, but also the chat's going to be gone when I close out. But please send me an email if you do have questions about where everything is, or if you just need me to point you in the right direction, or just need some individual guidance on where to find stuff. Email is really the best way to get in touch with me, and I can put links in the email as well. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will send an email out and also post on Facebook and Instagram the next live public class. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, day, wherever it is, whatever time it is where you are. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.